Okay, guys, so I was at the park the other day, and I'm with my kids. I got two kids, they're 6 and 4, okay? And I'm sitting on the bench because I'm not the mom that goes and gets on the equipment and does all that shit. And I'm sitting there, and there's a whole bunch of other parents, and there's tons of kids, and they're just like chickens roaming around on a farm, you know. And all of a sudden, I hear one of my little chickens fell, right? And all the parents start looking at me. My chicken's not crying. He's kind of making a face, you know, but he's not crying. He's okay. And I don't say nothing. And all the parents are staring at me, making faces. One parent even runs to my kid. And then I thought, what happened? What happened with parents? When did we become so obsessed with our child and making them in this bubble of safety that we stopped letting them fall? So I did some research and I did some working through this, and I found a couple things that contributed to this. And the first one is media. And a big part of that is news, television, things like that. Thanksgiving's coming up. If you're a mom, you watch the ID channel. I'm promising you right now, the ID channel is going to have something like, be thankful for your child, and we're going to have an abducted children marathon today. They're going to have that on TV because they know that your ass is a mom. You're sitting at home, and in between basting that turkey, you're watching those abducted children for 12 hours. But what they're not telling you is statistically, in order for your child to be abducted, you would have to leave them outside for 500,000 years. That is the likelihood of your child being abducted. If that's the case, then how come every time you turn the news on, the first thing you see is, this could be your child. This could be you. This could be your family. What everyone forgets to see is that news is a business. They want to make money, and news quickly has found that if you talk about kids, parents are going to watch. Now, that's not me saying that this is a perfectly safe world and everybody should be able to go do whatever they want, but I'm just saying that, yes, your kid can play outside in the backyard, and you don't have to be standing 5 feet away from them. Another big part is pressure, judgment. Parents are mean. Social media is mean. You get on Facebook and you're on the moms of Joliet or Minooka, Bolingbrook, Romeoville page, and you see them talking shit about the mom down the street because her kid, you know, was left home alone for 5 minutes while she ran down to the gas station. Her kid's 12, has a cell phone, and is perfectly capable to be alone. But now that's seen as neglect. And what's worse is the third component to this big recipe is the neglect laws. All of the laws that are put into place for parenting are very, very vague. There's no, this is neglect, that is not, this is wrong, that is not. It's all gray when it comes to the letter of the law. So Susie down the street, who did leave her kid home for 5 minutes alone with a cell phone, who is well into adolescence, can go to jail because she left her kid alone for 5 minutes to go to the gas station to get the bottle of wine that I know she needs, because that kid is a pain in the ass. It just doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand what happened. They call these parents that they want us to be helicopter parents, and that term comes from them truly helicoptering their children. They follow them around and coddle them, and every single obstacle that they face in life, they fix it. And I get it. I understand that you want to fix your child's life. When my kid comes home and something bothers him or something happened to him, someone bullied him, something, you know, went wrong in his day, I want to fix it. But what does that do for him? What does that teach him? If he gets a bad grade and I go and blame the teacher and force her to give him an A, is that going to teach him to work harder for an A? No. And that's what parents aren't seeing, is that these helicopter parents, you're playing a game. You're playing a game of chess. You need to have your next move already thought through before you make your first move. You're playing a game of Monopoly. And after 12 hours of playing Monopoly and you don't have the hotels you want, you can't flip the table and leave. You still got an end goal with that kid. You have to figure out how to give this kid a life. And the only way to give them a life is to give them a life that they know how to cope with. And that's the key to the alternative of helicoptering, is free ranging. You got to let these kids fall. Now take me back to my chicken. Okay, so my chicken falls at the park and he's crying or he's making a face or whatever. And I have now watched that marathon of missing children on the ID channel. I have seen all the news stories of this could be you. I have seen all the judgment on social media. I have seen and heard of parents that were persecuted and went to jail or cited with fines because of so-called neglect. So even if I want to free range parent my child and let them see if they can work out that little boo-boo they got and then walk to me and say, you're going to be okay. How can I do that? How can I not feel the pressure to be a helicopter parent? That's the problem. It's not that there are no free range parents. It's that the ones that are there are scared. They are pressured and they are oppressed. And we need to make stronger, more clear laws about child neglect. We need to enforce them better. We need to be a little less judgmental. And we need to watch the news and the ID channel and take all of that information with a grain of salt. And if it truly scares you, look it up. Find the real statistics and find the truth. And then if you still want to helicopter your child, that's fine. But I don't want to helicopter mine. They just may make me drink a little more wine, that's all.